Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to T3 Plays, where we're gonna try and speed run through the expert section of the Triumphant Light solo battles. So we're using our fire deck again. We're facing a Yanmega deck, and this will showcase how hard this Yanmega is, especially with a Yanma lead and they're able to evolve, in their second turn because they become super bulky and they just need three energy and they pretty much wipe out every Pokemon we have. And obviously, our Charizard is a stage two, so we need to find it in the first instance to be able to do anything. And we only have one in the deck, so it's like nigh on impossible. But we battle. Yeah, I really wanted to get the Charmeleon out because that's our route to win. Getting the Charmeleon, evolving the Charizard because we already had the Charizard in hand, but it didn't work. So we're putting the Ponyta down so we can evolve to Rapidash. Then I'm hoping we can maybe chip damage away, but right now it looks like game's over. Yeah, so this deck won't be able to compete. Might jig around the fire deck. Yeah, right now I'm just trying to use Sabrina, slow them down, see if they keep in the Leafeon or something, but likelihood that they'll switch and take me out. But yeah, we'll rejig this deck and use the new magma, which I promised last time. So if I use the fire deck against in these expert battles, I'll definitely include the magma instead of the rapidash. But I think at this moment, electric deck will be the best to use because we can showcase a Palmot, which is the new Pokemon in Shining Revelry, as well as show off this um, Pachirisu. And we use the promos, whichever promos that we managed to get. And because Yanma and Yanmega are weak to electric, so I think this deck would will be more competitive because the Leafeon isn't as hard hitting, so we don't have to worry about the Leafeon as much. It's this Yanmega that is annoying, and even now, like even though the Pachirisu hits for 10, hits for 30, which is way better than what the Charmander could do, or even the Ponyta. So we put decent pressure the with our electric deck. And they were able to evolve very quickly. Even though it's a stage two, it only needs two electric energy. We put the helmet on. It has its counter attack abilities, so if they hit us, we hit them for 40. Luckily, they use Erica, so they don't get knocked out. But we are tanky, so we have 140 HP, so we don't die yet. And I kind of want to protect this Palmot just so we can bring it out at any point, and we don't really need to sacrifice a Palmot or even sacrifice, or we don't want to sacrifice the EX. So Zapdos, we're just gonna try and build and chip damage with, Pachirisu, because I do want to protect the Palmot, and obviously Zapdos is not at risk anymore because we take it out with a peck. Yeah, this is going way better than using the fire deck. And also with these expert battles, they want us. There's various challenges. They want us to use dark Pokemon like the Darkrai, Weavile because they want to challenge us. So Darkrai, Weavile, they're weak to grass. They want us to do that, but we're not going to do that right now because those take a lot of iterations. You know, to be able to get it done. Like we could even beat him with a fire deck, let alone a dark deck. Yeah, so I think to get the second Yanmega out, but we hit them for 40. So now they're in range. Well, they're already in range of Zapdos. But now we only need to flip two heads and we can just rocket grunt just to see what happens. We get one heads, doesn't make a difference because they would have put the energy on it anyway. Yeah, our hope is that we hit them. Yeah, if we miss, we would have been out because they would have hit us for 130. But luckily, we get our two heads and we take them out on our first try with the Pomot. Yeah, so this I'm not sure if I would ever play this in a ranked match, but here it's pretty interesting. So we're facing now Arceus EX and Infernape EX. We're gonna showcase our Wog Trio deck. Yeah, so the Wog Trio paired with the Floatzel. So this is the promo Weasel. No, it's the promo Floatzel. Yeah, so this is like the perfect hand for us. We start with a Manaphy. We got our Wiglet. We got a Wog Trio already, and we got the Floatzel Weasel. So we can start powering up our back line. They're starting off with Arceus, so they can't really hit us. So we can literally just start powering up, building up our bench. We have a Rocky helmet, just in case we want to deter them from hitting us. Yeah, I'm pretty happy we got Irida to heal up. Yeah, and I'll keep healing. I'll spread out my bench, just spread out the energy, because now we have more than enough energy. Yeah, this is looking very good. Okay, so they're putting in the Heatran because it doesn't have any damage on it. It doesn't hit for 80 yet. Yeah, so we'll do the gamble. We put our energy on the Manaphy just in case we want to heal it later on. Okay, we take the Chimchar, so we stop it from evolving to Infernape, which is, you know, one of their routes to win. So they got Heatran. So finally they have some damage on that Heatran, so potentially they can hit us for 80. But what we'll do now is, instead of gambling with the Wog Trio, we can put in our Floatzel and take him out because we hit for 70 plus 20 weakness, and that's the Heatran taken out. And we've got 2 points already. And they put in the other Heatran. It doesn't have any damage on it, so it doesn't hit us for 80, and it only had one energy anyway. We can put in our, we can hit with a Floatzel, put some damage on it, but then it would take our, well, then it'll damage us back. Or we can gamble with the Wog Trio because it hits for 150, hits the Heatran like it did now. We take it out, we win. So that's how we rotate around the matchups, and you don't want to risk the Wog Trio for no reason because you realize if you get damage on the Wog Trio, you lose 2 points. So we're facing a Glaceon deck. Obviously, they want us to use fire because we're weak to ice, but we're speedrunning this, so we're using metal. And in this deck, we're using the Tinkaton. We only have one, but I think that's enough because our main pressure is Skarmory. Like right now, if they didn't have the cape, we would have taken that Manaphy out and destroyed the momentum. We have a Sabrina, so we can destroy the ability to generate energy quickly by disrupting them. If they don't have a Leaf X speed, they'll have to burn in energy, and they probably keep in that Palkia like they did. So I'm not too fussed about that because it allows me to waste their time. Because they Manaphy up, they'll charge up their Palkia and start hitting for 150. But right now, it'll take them another 3 turns. So they're trying to slow me down as well. So they do get the X speed. They got double X speed, so they don't even burn the energy that they had. We do have the full line. We're not going to evolve now because so we can attack. We do have double Skarmory. We do have Adamant to protect. We do not take out this Manaphy, but next turn we can because we'll have enough energy to attack, and potentially we can do 160, and we can even put, we've got our cape and our Rocky helmet. We put the cape on just so we can survive a dimensional storm as well as a slash. So we flip heads, even though we didn't need it. I need it on the next turn to flip heads. So let's see. So they do a slash because I've got adamant. If I get another potion, I can stay out of range of 2 of their attacks. But what I'll do is withdraw, put Skarmory. I don't want to risk an EX for no reason. And when they attack this Skarmory, they'll take it down to 80, which is within range. So I think if I kept the Tinkaton in, I can gamble and potentially hit 160 in one go, or can hit 80 then they might take me out, etc. And then they might move around which Pokemon they put in. So for me, I want a guaranteed hit to get them in range. I want to reduce as much gambling as I need to do. So we'll win this. Next up, we face Arceus and Pachirisu. We're going to use our fighting deck, so we're going to use our Lucario, and obviously, like promised, we are going to use the new Machamp line, which only requires the 2 energy to hit for, I think, was it 70, which isn't bad, but if you add even more, it can hit for, I think, 120. And then if you pair it up with the non-EX Lucario, you're hitting 140, and then another 20 for weakness damage. But we only have the EX version, so we want to really look for the evolutions. Okay, we got the Lucario, but no point evolving until we have pretty much at least 2 energy on it. Yeah, didn't want to evolve the Machop because I want to do some damage at least, and I really want to, because I already have the Lucario in hand. I was like, I want to focus my energy on the Riolu because when I power that up, I can knock them out, and it can survive and hit. So you have to think about what you already have, not hope you can get that Machamp. And if you're stuck with a Machop, you can't really do anything. Yeah, just play it just for the sake of it, just to see what I can get. So obviously I'll hit the 400, I'll hit the bench for 30, and next turn I can take him out because I'll hit both EXs. So now if they keep it in, they lose. Yeah, I have enough health. So that was only because I chose to sacrifice my chop and build the Riol at the back. So I sacrificed 2 of my Pokemon just to make sure I could build that Lucario and have enough energy because I knew it would have enough HP to withstand a Arceus attack because he has 150 HP. So sometimes you have to think about, is it worth sacrificing your pawns just so you can get the Queen slash Lucario active? So against this fighting deck, we are running the Carnivine Meowscarada deck, and obviously with this you have to run Arceus, and either Arceus is fine, and we just Vine Whip with the Carnivine. It hits very hard very early on. You get the Hitmonlee. You probably attack the Sprigatito because next attack they can take you out, but unfortunately they don't know we've got an Erica as well as Flogato, so it will forever be out of range for them. And we've got the Miasquarada as well in hand, so I can evolve again. So they're probably thinking, oh, he's in range again, but no, I've got the evolution, and I can even risk putting the other Sprigatito in because I've got the evolution already. I can start now building up my bench. I take out the Hitmonlee. I'm not too fussed about them bringing in the Marshadow and wiping it out because I have Miasquarada ready. I can get a Flogato out, and it's only got 30 HP, and they don't have a second Marshadow ready, so they can't take out this Flogato in one hit. So I'm not even bothered about caping it. And I've got the Meowscarada at the back just in case something goes wrong. They manage to delay me, get that Garchomp out. I'll have the Meowscarada ready. I've got red in hand. I can do 150 damage. So right now, they want to attack, the Arceus. Got Cape, I can start putting energy on it as well. But this game is pretty much done. They're within range. I can get the Meowscarada out and take him out. Yeah, they weren't able to get the Garchomp out. If they were able to get the Garchomp out, then it would be a bit more of a challenge because they'll hit our bench with that linear attack and then hit us for Dragon Claw for 100. Next up, Arceus and Weavile deck. This may be tough because it can get out pretty quick, but it needs to, I don't know. Obviously, I prefer the Weavile combined with the Darkrai because the Darkrai adding energy puts damage on the opponents, and then Weavile can hit for its maximum damage of 70 because it unlocks its ability if they have damage on the opponent. Otherwise, they only do, I think, 30 damage, which is nothing. And they have 140 HP, which is pretty good. Yeah, now I'll probably just keep the Sprigatito out there, evolve my backline, build them up, and keep crying for help so I can pull out all my Pokemon. Yeah, so evolve the backline, keep crying for help, because they won't attack anytime soon. And if I've got no damage on the Sprigatito, it won't knock it out in its first attempt. So next turn they'll probably take it out. But because I have a Miascarada, I can do a lot of damage and I have a red. And wait, I don't even need to use my red, I forgot. Because they're weak to grass. So I don't even need to use a red. I take them out, do 150 to them. So yeah, they've now lost, well, 1 energy, not much, but that would have been a heavy hitter for them. If it was any other deck, it would be a struggle to take out that Weavile. Pretty much job done. Like Masquerada against any EX. Light work. Look how quick that was. Which is why like Masquerada is very popular in ranked because a lot of EX running around and you can hit them pretty hard. Okay, we got a Probopass, so we're gonna use our Fire deck. So this speedrun is going pretty well. So obviously the main aim of this is to just collect the wins, collect your first time rewards, and I'm gonna probably keep those rewards so we can open a 10 pack for the new set that will come out. So I think we've got enough of this set. We just use our daily packs to keep opening the packs, but then we really don't want to be behind because we're free to play. We don't want to be behind when the new set comes out. We want to open as many packs as quick as possible so we can compete in the new ranked season and just so we can play with the new decks. Sometimes it takes a while for you to get the right cards. So we haven't got our Magmortar out yet, which is annoying because I really wanted to showcase that because the smoke screen ability, which is like what the Weezing can do. But looks like we have to look for that Charizard. Okay, we do have a Professor's Research. Yeah, we just power up the Charmeleon. Thing is, Charmeleon doesn't need any more energy because as soon as we get the Charizard out, we'll add 3 energy onto it after we stoke. So yeah, maybe we should have added. Yeah, we should have probably added the energy to the magma because then in this turn we could have evolved and then hit for 90 and taken this out. Misplay. If we lose, that would have been it. So they're both the Charizards are powered up. Not Charizards. Um, Dialgas. We really need to pull a Charizard to compete. I think what we do now kind of need to stall. We XP it out. We do burn an energy. We just sacrifice this Charmander. Then hope we can get that Charizard. Because that's our only route to win now. I'm just trying to see what the Magmortar can do. If we play the Charizard, we don't have enough energy now. Yeah, we did burn an energy last turn. If we put in another Pokemon in, sacrifice that without having to switch out, we would have done well. But we've got enough energy healing items to get back. Because we'll take this out, we've got 150. The next Dialga will come in, only do 100. We take it out. They don't have. We would have been a bit more trouble if the Probopass had the right energy. So we managed to pull it off, literally by the skin of our teeth. And we did evolve our Magma just in case they had a Sabrina. And they take out the Magma. We got the Magmortar and it has 120 HP. Yeah, so we really pulled that out of the bag. So that's how you speedrun through the Triumphant Light Expert Solo Battles using Shiny Revelry deck. If you liked what you've seen so far, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.